Poetry Poetry is like an expression of oneself. Poetry can be anything and it can be absolutely nothing if you want it to be nothing. Poetry is just taking what's inside of yourself, what runs in your veins, your ancestor line, everything you think, everything that goes on in your life. One thing that poetry has that no other thing on this planet has is the potential to change someone. If you're lost in this world, you don't know where to go, you don't know where to turn to, you don't know how to express yourself, you just don't know what to do. Poetry is there because all it takes is yourself and a little bit of time to just write how you feel. This is something that has the potential to change you for the better, and not many things can do that for you. Everything inspires me. I take inspiration from things as they naturally are. I look at nature a lot more than anything because nature is how this world is meant to be. So if you look at how things are meant to be, then you can find inspiration from things you would have never thought of. I also look at people when they are just being their normal selves, not trying to fit in, not trying to impress anyone, just either walking or being as they are. And I take inspiration and use it because to make a difference, you need to see how things really are and try to change the way things really are. So I really strive to look at the way things are, not as they are meant to be seen, but as they actually are. Poetry comes from everywhere. I mean, I don't even know if there is any person alive that can date poetry or give it a date when it actually started or who actually invented it, but poetry began way before anyone could ever remember, long ago, back when transcendentalists still roamed the forests looking for meaning in the trees and meaning in the wind and wrote about their feelings and love, and Shakespeare came along. It comes from so many different people that had so many different impacts on poetry. Langston Hughes and his African American rights, and just all these people that just stood for a difference or stood for change or stood for something that believed in them. Poets never get them wrong because they stand by whatever they love. I write poetry to make a difference in people's lives. I really think that through poetry, through rhythm, through words, that people have the ability to change and people have the ability to see things in a different light. So I want people to see where I come from, where I'm from, what I have to say, and the words that have to be spoken out of my mouth. And I really want people to understand it, and I really want it to change them. It's not about me when I speak my poetry, it's about everyone else. My tattoo is a poet's tattoo. I took many elements of things from poetry: the Shakespearean skull, the heart, the quill pen, carpe diem. Carpe diem, which is a saying that means seize the day in Latin, and make the most out of every single day and do what you love. And my love happens to be poetry, which is why there's a quill and a heart, because it reminds me to always write with my heart and nothing else. There's many different things on planet Earth that human beings can take interest in, but I guess poetry is love. Few steps was all it took for one audience to have a different look, a stage glazed with lights and overhead beams as one man waits quiet and patient.
One God to show me how to do things his son did, pure like a cup of virgin blood mixed with 151. One sip will probably make me flip. See my name in the hieroglyphs like Osiris and Isis. Parables written inside papyruses, acknowledge it. We've been all tricked, time to